Partey, Warren Zaire-Emery, Teo Hernandez, Desiree Doué, Lucas Hernandez, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Rayan Cherki, Magnez Alacouche and Maxence Lacroix. That bench is what most teams would kill to have in their first 11. That is the strength of this French side, who many feel are going to go all the way in this tournament. And you really wouldn't argue against that, particularly with the red-hot form that the skipper Mbappe is in. France in their traditional navy blue shirts with the white shorts and the red socks. And we get the red, white and blue flares going off. Both teams playing red, white and blue. Sorry, France have got the dark blue socks, I beg your pardon, and the dark blue shorts. They have made those changes. Paraguay are technically the home team for this tie. So Paraguay have the white shorts and the white socks. The two sides now go through the shaking of hands ritual as the flares, well, the smoke from those flares rises up into the sky. We've got to get the flags off the pitch and all that palaver. And may I remind you, first of all, that this is, of course, a independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this last 16 game between Paraguay and France, and you can follow the match on your local, regional and national TV broadcaster. My name is Joe Mills. Thank you for tuning in with us this evening, and we are just about ready now. Despite the searing heat here in Philadelphia, there is quite a stiff breeze blowing across the pitch, which I'm sure the players will be grateful for, but many people in the stands have got fans and caps on. There's no real roof on this Philadelphia stadium. You are very much open to the elements. It is a magnificent high-sided stadium, 3 tiers on the sides, 2 tiers behind the goal, and it is a magnificent stadium, as they all have been during this tournament. It has been a magnificent thing to see. So we are just about getting ready now. As I said, Ilgiz Tantashev of Uzbekistan is our referee. His 2 lines officials also from Uzbekistan, and our 4th referee is Mr. Al Jassim from Qatar. The 2 captains now meet in the middle, Gustavo Gomes and Kylian Mbappe, to swap the pennants, and we get the coin toss, and Chile's Juan Lara is our VAR official. So, all the preliminaries done. I'd say about maybe a third of the pitch on this near side is in shade. That's the only side that has a roof that is hanging over the pitch. But the rest of it is in baking hot sunshine. I suppose Paraguay would be more suited to these conditions, coming from South America. But of course, a lot of the French players play, on the continent, excuse me, where it has been very warm, of course, and still is. So, we are just about ready now. Paraguay, of course, many didn't expect them to get this far. They produced one of the big shocks of the tournament on that day of shocks, where we saw the Netherlands and Germany go out to opposition where you wouldn't expect that to happen. And it all happened on penalties, of course. So Paraguay in the round of 16 here, bidding to make it to the quarterfinals. France, they have been imperious so far. And as I said, they were ruthless in their dispatching of Sweden by 3-0 in the previous round. And no real injury worries for either side. Not many changes made. I said just the one for the French side, where Kone is preferred to Aurelien Tchouameni. So, preliminaries done. The 2 managers take their seats in the dugout, both looking very smart in their suits despite the warm weather. And of course Didier Deschamps, he's here, but of course lost his mother a few days ago, so it's been a bittersweet experience for him. But I'm sure he's focused on the job here. France will be playing from right to left in this first half. They will have kick-off. We've already seen today Morocco go through, having had a real tussle against Canada, but in the end they showed their class with a 3-0 victory. They're another side going under the radar. Remember, they got to the semi-finals in the last edition of this tournament, so they are a lot of people's dark horses as a pick. But you can't really look further than the team lining up now, all in navy blue. Les Bleus, France. So, everything is set now. We're just waiting for the go-ahead. The players are ready. And we're just now waiting for the game to get underway, which it finally does. And we're going to get one of those bizarre starts where France just launch the ball downfield and it goes out near the corner flag, hoping to pin Paraguay down in their own half right from the start of the game. So it'll be Juan Caceres, who plays for Dynamo Moscow, with a long throw down this near side. Paraguay win the header, launch it downfield, but it's turned back down towards the keeper, and Mainen there had to really come way out of his area to stop that going for a corner. It wasn't the best back pass there from Deo Upamecano. Well, that's good work from Arsenal's Saliba there to tidy that up near the corner flag, because they were put under huge pressure, and they've worked the ball now out to the feet of Koundé, who's gone herring down that far right hand side. He's on the edge of the box already. Cross comes into the area. Oh, it just pinched off the toe of Mbappe there by Alderete. Well, that is how quickly France can turn what was not the best of situations into something that looked rather promising in the space of 30 seconds. We played just over a minute and France have had the ball in the Paraguay penalty area already. But it was a really poor back pass from Upamecano, which Mike Mainen had to come way out of his area toward the sideline to collect. But they got out of trouble very quickly. And Paraguay, despite having 5 at the back, they'll be a bit concerned about how much space Koundé had there to run into downfield. He went unchallenged from deep into his own half to the edge of the Paraguay box. France still have it, halfway inside the Paraguay half. Comes back to Upamecano, and now here's Saliba inside the centre circle. Now ball chipped towards the edge of the area. It's headed away by Gomez, the captain. Comes back to Saliba, edge of the centre circle. Now played out to this near side in the shade to Aston Villa's Luca Dean. But Barcola was rudely interrupted by Juan Caceres, who got to it first and just lashed it downfield in a clearing motion. But France already have the ball level with the edge of the penalty area over on that far side, but they've won the ball off, and that's Junior Alonso. Wins the ball back and then promptly loses it himself. Struggling to get hold of the ball here, Paraguay, in the early stages. France have it over on that far side with Dembele. Ball comes back into centre field now to the feet of Adrien Rabiot. Now Luca Dean. Mbappe dropping deep there. He picks up the ball halfway inside the Paraguay half. Now here's Upamecano. Every blue shirt inside the Paraguay half right now comes out to Michael Olise over on that far right hand side. What a talent this boy is. Born in London, of course, and England will rue that because he's absolute world class. And takes it round the back there, whips in a decent cross as well. Big header there from Velasquez. Gets rid of it, breaks towards the edge of the area. Paraguay managed to get the ball under control, but they lose it again and then they win it back quickly. It's very frantic at the moment. France pressing, and then the long ball downfield looking for Enciso to chase, and it's headed out for a throw-in by Saliba. And the first time that Paraguay have really had the ball inside the French half, having withstood a barrage there in this opening 4 minutes or so. Paraguay 0, France 0. Of course, the French very heavy favourites to go through here. But as we saw yesterday, Cabo Verde taking Argentina to extra time. So you just never know. Anyway, ball is now back at the feet of Mike Mainen, but he can't pick it up because it was a back pass from Dembele. Here's Jules Koundé of Barcelona. Back to the feet of Mainen, all in yellow, the AC Milan goalkeeper. And now Saliba. What a Rolls Royce of a player this man is, just calmly trotting up to halfway. Squares it across now to Manu Kone of AS Roma. Out to Koundé on that far side. Now to Dembele. former teammate of Koundé's at Barcelona, now of course at the European champions, back-to-back European champions PSG. Back to Dembele now in the bright yellow boots over on that far side, but that's a misplaced pass that was intercepted, but then Paraguay quickly lose the ball again. They just can't get the ball out of their own half. When they do win it back, it's very brief. And this is just, at the moment, one-way traffic. This is Digne, comes out to Barcola on this near side, tight to the touchline. He'll be happy to be on this side because it's the part of the pitch which is in the shade, but that was a bit clumsy from him there, and he's been dispossessed, but like I've been saying, quickly wins it back. So like I say, as soon as Paraguay pinch the football off France, they don't have hold of it for very long. Now then, Michael Elise out to Dembele over on that far side, chips the ball into the area, he tries to, but it's headed away by Gomez out to that far side, and then Alonso hammers it downfield from near the corner flag, looking for Enciso, who's toiling away up there, but he can't get any change out of Upamecano. And then Dembele has it once more. This is Kylian Mbappe, who's dropping deeper and deeper to get hold of the ball. Fast feet, gets the ball out to Digne on this near side. He tries to square it to the feet of Barcola, and Miguel Almiron comes across and clears that ball out for a corner. First of the afternoon. Dembele trots over to take this corner here on the near side, just over 6 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Ball whipped in by Dembele. Glancing header, which has gone all the way across to the other side of the pitch, and out for a throw-in from Gustavo Velázquez of FC Cerro Porteño. Throw-in taken quickly. Now then, here's Manu Kone for France. Squares it across to Luca Dean. 30 metres out, France in centre field. Now back to the feet of Saliba. Every blue shirt again in the Paraguay half. Here's Kone. Almost got wrestled off it. Now he's been fouled on the edge of the area. Koundé has the ball, but he was cleaned out off the ball there, Kone, as he was trying to make a run into the box, and he's still poleaxed on the edge of the Paraguay penalty area. The referee's not interested. And finally, Kone gets up to his feet, clutching his chest. I love that from the referee. Absolutely saying, no, I'm sorry, just get up. And in the end, he does. The officiating in the main has been excellent in this tournament. Ball round the back here for the run of Bradley Barcola, but he's dispossessed on the side of the penalty area, and then a rather dreadful skewed clearance by Velázquez, which was meant to go downfield, and he shanked it completely out of play for a throw-in on this near side, taken quickly by Luca Dean. Back to the feet of Saliba. And now Koundé. Once again, every dark blue shirt inside the Paraguay half. That is the model of this opening 8 minutes. And it's low block time, isn't it? France and Paraguay just saying, you know, set up 5-4-1, come and break us down if you can. That was how they played against Germany. They know they don't have the squad, the flair to compete with the likes of France. So what they have to do is just to try and frustrate them, and then hopefully pinch something from a set piece or from a counter-attack. Ball played into the area, but it's intercepted again by Paraguay. Out to Almiron on this near side. He's being forced back, swivels, left-footed ball downfield, but it's chested down calmly. And France just come again. Paraguay cannot get out of their own half. You are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this last 16 clash here in Philadelphia between Paraguay and France. And remember, you can catch this game on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. I'm Joe Mills, thank you for listening. Ball comes out to Bradley Barcola on this near side. Short pass to Luca Dean. Now Mbappe, who's dropping deep again to get his foot on the ball. Koundé. Now to Dembele. Koundé makes the overlapping run. Dembele forced towards the corner, but he's got round the back. Whips in a good ball again. It's headed high up in the air, but it's not really gone anywhere. And then there's a foul. Is there inside the penalty area? No, says the referee. French player went down. It was Rabiot. But the ball's been put out for a France throw on this near side, which is taken quickly. Mbappe back to Dean. He has all the time in the world. Tries to whip across him, but it's taken a deflection, but he gets the ball back. This is Mbappe again. Likes to come in off that left foot. Madrid. That's where he's floated out to again there. And it's going to be another throw-in. Well, that ball went high up in the air. Rabiot fell. Oh, that's a ridiculous fall from Rabiot. He was barely touched there. Barely. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't like to see that. That's poor. Here's Enciso now. Come on, Paraguay. Keep hold of the ball for a little bit. They have it inside the France half, but Enciso, surrounded by two blue shirts, bundled off it, and France win the ball back as quickly as they had lost it. And that was a brief encroachment into the French half. Now then, here is Olise. Infield to Dembele. Thought about the shot, but was quickly closed down. Nudges it back to Kone. Now this is Jules Koundé, back to Manu Kone. Again, every French outfield player inside the Paraguay half. Ball chipped over the top, it's just too strong. Barcola had drifted in behind that back five, but the little chipped boy stayed onside as well. Beautifully timed run, but it was just too strong over his head and out for a goal kick. It's Orlando Gil of FC San Lorenzo, all in bright orange. Will take this goal kick for Paraguay. A lot of the fans using flags and programs as makeshift fans. Long kick downfield. Header goes up in the air from Diego Gomez, the Brighton midfielder, but again France win it back, but then give it away. Now then, Paraguay have it inside the French half, and they've drawn a free kick out of Manu Kone. And so this is what I'm talking about. These are the opportunities that Paraguay will only, you know, that they will be looking for. It was Matias Galaza of Atlanta United, plays his football in the MLS, and it is largely an MLS midfield for Paraguay. Almiron also plays for Atlanta, and Andres Cubas plays for the Vancouver Whitecaps, the Canadian side. So free kick, and a bit of respite here for Paraguay inside the French half. Former Newcastle man Miguel Almiron standing over the ball, but he's not the man who takes it. It's hammered down into the penalty area, but it's headed away by Upamecano. Now then, Olise goes roaring down that far right hand side. They have pace to burn, this French side, and now Olise has been poleaxed over on the far side, and the referee just gestures to him to get up, and would you know it, he gets up very quickly after going down very theatrically. I think Mr. Davyshev has made his thoughts very clear that he will not be taking any nonsense this afternoon. Now then, here's Koundé. Olise over on this far side, two men on him. Back to Koundé, back to Olise over on the far side. Tries to play the ball for the run round the back, and then there's a foul by Olise on the edge of the Paraguay penalty area, and it will be a free kick to Paraguay. As has been consistent with the French games, a certain Arsène Wenger up in the stands, the former Arsenal manager, of course, a FIFA ambassador, but he's always here to cheer on his country. The referee is telling Orlando Gil to get on with it and take the free kick. Again, Mr. Tantashev taking no nonsense. Now then, Paraguay have the ball inside the French half, but again they're crowded out. But the ball does come over to this near side, and then, well, I don't know who that was meant to be for. It was played down this right flank by Caceres, but it just goes out for a goal kick. There's nobody there to take it on. And goal kick taken quickly by Minen. So 14 minutes gone. Paraguay 0, France 0. No real opportunities so far, but as you would expect, France have totally dominated possession Haven't seen the stats, but it must be around 90%. It's got to be. And they have it again with Dembele over on that far side. Again, the doubling up on the wide players. But there's just threats from all over the pitch. Upamecano, and then it comes out to Barcola on this near side. Onto his right foot. He comes infield, then a little drag back into the area. Then it comes to Digne. He whips a great cross in, but it's, well, I say great cross, straight into the arms of Orlando Gil. But they're being made to work hard here, the French, as we knew they would be. A low block in place by Paraguay. Almiron plays the ball in field, gets it back, then sends it back to Caceres. He plays it down this right flank, but Saliba puts it out for a throw-in before Enciso could get to it. And the ball being held up in the air by Gustavo Alfaro, the Paraguay manager. Vastly experienced. And throw-in now for Paraguay. Caceres with the long throw down this right flank, but again Enciso just can't find a way through, just ran into Saliba there, who wouldn't let him pass. And Koundé now just trots casually with the ball back into the Paraguay half, and normality, it seems, is resumed. Dembele plays the ball to the edge of the area. That's a nice little turn there by Olise, but he couldn't get it out of his feet, and then it's headed back by Junior Alonso to the keeper Orlando Gil. A low drilling goal kick, but it sails over the head of Enciso, who's looking frustrated already, all the way through to Mainen on the edge of his area, who releases it quickly. Now here's Kone. This is Adrien Rabiot of AC Milan. Field to Kone. Long ball down that left hand side for the run there into the penalty area of Kylian Mbappe, but it sails over his head and out for a goal kick. And despite all the possession that France have had, and it has been complete domination, they've not really created a big opportunity for them yet. They know what they're up against here. They know that Paraguay are just going to make it as difficult as they can. And that's, you know, the defenders, that's why they have to remain switched on, because they're not really going to have to do a lot of defending today. But they have to be aware of a counter at any time, because that's what Paraguay will look to do. But they've got themselves a corner again, France over on the far side. Michael Olise, his cross was blocked by Omar Alderete. France take the corner quickly and short, and then very carelessly give it away. That was really poor from Dembele. Just played it into the penalty area. It went straight to Galazara. He was just waiting for it. Here's Alderete. Ball played out to that far side now. This is Junior Alonso of Atletico Mineiro. And he wins a throw-in off the chest of Jules Koundé. Didier Deschamps not got out of his seat yet. He'll remain calm. He knows what to expect from this game today. Saw it with Germany and Paraguay with the low block. Now there's a foul here by well, there's a card come out as well. It was a pretty bad challenge from Bradley Barcola on Juan Caceres, and the Paris Saint-Germain winger has gone into the book. Yeah, ooh, come down on his foot there. Went to go for the ball, missed it completely, and ended up kicking the foot of Caceres, who really felt that. He's flat on his back at the moment. Wasn't anything particularly nasty, just mistimed it. But he's gone into the referee's notebook, Bradley Barcola. 19 minutes gone here in Philadelphia. Still Paraguay 0, France 0. You're listening to an independent, studio-based off-tube commentary of this last 16 game. And don't forget, you can follow this match on your local, regional and national TV broadcaster. So it will be a free kick to Paraguay, just inside the French half. And it'll be these moments that they'll be looking to make the most of, because this is what they're reduced to and will be. In fact, they've moved the free kick back. It's just inside their own half. And Miguel Almiron places the ball down, literally about 6 inches behind the halfway line. So Almiron, left-footed, chips it down this near side, but oh, again, what a waste. Straight out of play, over the head of Diego Gomez, and out for a throw-in on this near side, which Luca Dean will take. Well, they're not going to get many opportunities, Paraguay, but they're going to have to do better than that. That was a really poor effort from Almiron. Another throw-in for France on this near side. Ball put out of play by Gomez. Luca Dean will take it once again. Back to Mainan, who quickly releases Koundé, who again goes unmolested all the way up to the halfway line. Kone, now Saliba, comes out to this near side again to Barcola, but he's doubled up on, and they pinched the ball there. That was good work. Almiron has it, sends it back to Velázquez, long ball downfield, and Ciso can't control it. Goes back to the halfway line. Paraguay then win the second ball, but it's hacked downfield. It could have maybe been a handball by Saliba, but he's lost the ball, and as they play the ball in field, he just couldn't quite control it there, Galaza, and it spun off his boot into the path of Upamecano. And now France have it with Dembele over on that far side. Now, edge of the penalty area, works it infield to Manu Kone. He tries a left-footed drive, but he skews it wide of the left-hand post. Did that take a deflection? I'm not sure. We are approaching hydration break time, and I'm sure the crowd won't begrudge that today. It is extremely warm. They did take a deflection, so it is a corner for France on this near side. Ousmane Dembele whips the ball in towards the near post, but it's headed away by Gomez. France have it once again with Luca Dean. Dembele floats the ball back up to the edge of the centre circle. It's chested down by Kone. And now Jules Koundé. Saliba. Again, every French outfield player inside the Paraguay half. This is Ulisse whips the ball in, left-footed, good clearing, glancing header out. It's gone for another corner. Again, it was Gustavo Velázquez. They are defending manfully here, Paraguay, and so far so good. So it's another corner again on this near side. Both arms raised by Ousmane Dembele. Not quite got his delivery spot on yet. This one goes all the way to the back post. That was even worse. It floats out for a goal kick as Mbappe couldn't get to it. And I think that's going to be the hydration break now as we come up to 23 minutes played. The shadows are lengthening across the pitch, which I'm sure the players will be delighted about. Nearly half the pitch in shade now as they come across for this hydration break. It's all been France. It really has. But the key point about this is they've not really created an opportunity of any note at all at the moment to trouble Orlando Gil. And Paraguay's game plan, if you can call it that, is working. They knew that the way they're set up to defend, because they know they can't go at France, because France are just too skillful, too quick, and they would absolutely tear them apart if they went gung-ho, Paraguay. So they know what they have to do to stand the remotest chance in this game. And so far, they're frustrating the French, and it's up to the superstars of this French team to break them down. And I think the key is for France this afternoon, they just have to show patience. That's the key word. They have to be patient and not allow themselves to start making rash choices and silly mistakes. Whereas Paraguay, they will just defend and defend and defend and hope that they can get a counter-attack, or more likely the set piece, which they've not really taken advantage of yet. They've had a couple, but they've not really used them. And Ciso, well, I'm sure he's probably wishing he brought his knitting or something, because he's barely had a sniff. He's not really had much to do. But thankfully for the players, at least, as I say, the shadows are now starting to encroach across the pitch. Almost half of the pitch now in shadow as the sun moves round. But as always, a great atmosphere inside this Philadelphia stadium. It's a sea of red, white and blue. And they do like the music breaks as well while the players are taking on drinks, which they have now done. The French players making their way back on to the playing surface, as are the Paraguay side. Both managers have had their say. I'm sure as far as Gustavo Alfaro is concerned, I'm sure it's just keep doing what you're doing, lads. And let's see where it takes us. I'm sure Didier Deschamps is telling his players just to be patient, that a chance will come. Excuse me. So it will be a free kick to Paraguay. A goal kick to Paraguay, as that corner went out of play just before the hydration break. And Orlando Gil places the ball on the edge of the 6-yard area, waves all his players downfield. Can they make this ball stick in the French half, even for a little while? Long punt downfield, left-footed by the keeper, but it's headed back downfield, but out for a Paraguay throw by Adrien Rabiot. And it will be a throw into Paraguay, just shy of the halfway line on this near side. Juan Cáceres will be the man to take it. Booming throw down towards the edge of the area, but Upamecano there allowed it to bounce over him and then tried to shield it away from Enciso, and Maignan came out just in time to get to it before the Brighton man. It's the first time they've had it inside the French penalty area, but now France come roaring back at them here. But Kone has been dispossessed halfway inside the Paraguay half. Now then, Almiron, score. This is a good run down the near side, but he needs help here. Gets it to the edge of the penalty area. Left-footed, chips the ball across the pitch, but it only finds the head of Koundé. His header goes straight to Andres Cubas. And now Paraguay coming forward here for the first time. They try a shot along the floor. It was mishit, and then a second effort from Gomez is put even further wide. But that's the first time they've been down this end of the field and have actually got a shot away. It was a terrible one, but it's a shot all the same. So maybe in that hydration break, maybe, just maybe, Senor Alfaro maybe told his men, look lads, you know, let's try and be a little bit positive here. Let's not forget that. We can't just sit back the entire game, as Barcola takes that ball out of play for a goal kick to Paraguay. But that was certainly more positive from the South American side. Because, as I said, if they want to, you know, pull off the shock of all shocks, they can't just sit back for the entire 90 minutes. They've got to try and do something at the other end of the field, but obviously not leave themselves exposed. Ball now back at the feet of Maignan, as France just play at a ridiculous tempo. It's already inside the Paraguay half. This is Dembele over on the far side. Nicks a nice ball infield. Elise now inside the penalty area. Now Dembele across the face of the 6-yard box. It took a little deflection, but Cáceres gets to it before it goes out for a corner. Hammers it downfield, but it just goes straight to William Saliba. Now Adrien Rabiot. Now then, here's Barcola, edge of the penalty area. He's forced infield, but he loses the ball there. That was good work from Paraguay. One of their players has been fouled, and it will be a free kick to the South. It's Almiron who's gone down under the challenge. And as we come up to the half-hour mark, it will be a free kick to Paraguay. And again, it's Barcola involved. Remember, he's already been booked. Just got his legs tangled. Now then, France, yeah, they just took a little nick of that ball through across the edge of the 6-yard box from Dembele. But they did well to tidy that up, Paraguay. And they've won themselves a free kick. About 10 yards outside the penalty area. Almiron's back up on his feet, and the keeper Orlando Gil will be the man to take this. Long punt downfield. Now, can they get the ball under control? Gomez's header goes into the area, and then a foul comes in there on Manu Kone, but the referee, yes, he has blown for it. So yet again, the briefest of moments inside the French half for Paraguay. Free kick taken, as always, very quickly. They like to get on with it, France. This is Dembele over on that far side. Koundé. Now then, Michael Olise, who will look to cut in here. There was a little overlapping run by Koundé, but he's overrun it now. Dembele, cross into the area. Oh, and that was a good chance. Oh, Mbappe, edge of the 6-yard box, and he just didn't get his head on it. He just squeezed in between two centre-halves there, the French captain, and they just did enough to put him off. And it just went behind him in the end. That's the best opportunity. I think it's going to be a corner. Must have taken a little nick on the way through. No, actually, no. Yeah, they've taken it quickly. Ball back up now, but Enciso has won it on the halfway line. But he runs into Upamecano, who blocks it, and it goes out for a Paraguay throw inside the French half. Just over 31 minutes gone. Paraguay 0, France 0. You're listening to an independent, studio-based off-tube commentary of this last 16 game. And don't forget, you can follow this match on your local, regional or national TV broadcast. A long throw downfield by Paraguay, but again it's disappointing. Goes over the head of Enciso and out for a goal kick, which Mainan, as always, doesn't take any time in getting on with it. Short goal kick from the edge of his 6-yard box, and already France inside the Paraguay half. Saliba. Now Upamecano. Everyone in the Paraguay half once again. Dembele tries to feed it in field, but it's a poor ball which is intercepted, but Paraguay now being forced all the way back to the byline, and the clearance downfield only goes to the feet of Upamecano on that far side. Now Kone, this is Dembele, little ball in field. Oh, brilliant dummy from Olise, and it goes all the way through, and a long range shot from Rabiot from 30 yards out, but he's blazed it over the bar. That was a very clever bit of play there. Glorious little dummy there from Olise. Made the Paraguay defender sell himself completely. And the left-footed strike from Adrien Rabiot. It went as straight as a die, but was climbing all the way. Now Paraguay have won themselves a free kick. Saliba with the foul on Enciso. And this is a good opportunity now. This is in centre field, and it's halfway inside the French half. Yes, a little tug on the shirt. Enciso made a complete meal of it, I have to say. But he's won his side a free kick. They have to be good at these today. They have to get these right, and so far they haven't. Most of the players now camped on the edge of the French penalty area. Mainan barking the orders. Ball whipped in, but he's off his line and plucks that ball out of the air comfortably. And again, well, he didn't like the attention he got there, Mainan, and the referee quickly up in the face of the French keeper saying, oi oi, knock that off. As Mainan there was going after Alderete. But again, it was a disappointing delivery, just floated too far. You have to make better use of those. Rabiot, now Lucadinha down this near side. Square ball in field. Mbappe, lovely turn to get away from his man, and he was tugged back. And then Mbappe raises his hands there, and the referee in very quickly to hold Mbappe back, and now it's really kicking off. All the players are involved now. Not really sure what happened there, but something happened to make Mbappe react the way he did. And now there's all kinds of pushing and shoving going on. All the players involved. But the referee came across very quickly there to defuse that. But Mbappe there reacted. He certainly raised his hands to that challenge on him. I'm not sure, we'll have to have another look at it, but then once the referee, well, it was a tug on the shirt there by Kubas, and then Mbappe just shoved him away. Well, there's not really much in that at all. Kubas put his hands on Mbappe's chest, and Mbappe just returned the gesture and pushed him away. Mbappe now has got a huge smile on his face, and then all of a sudden it all kicked off and now everything's okay again. That was bizarre. Upshot is, good opportunity for France now. 28 yards out. This free kick to the left of the posts. Whipped in towards the back post by Elise, and almost an own goal there, and they've headed it out for a corner. It went into the 6-yard box there. The Paraguay defender, I think it was Alderete, in trying to defend it, sent it across the face of his own goal, and it was finally put out at the back post. Dembele with the corner towards the back post. It's headed out, and then it's volleyed back in by Koundé, but he couldn't get any power on it. Goes all the way through on the full to Orlando Gil. 36 minutes. Got another Paraguay player is down now in the penalty area. Let's have a look at this. Well, the shot came in from Koundé, but he hit it into the floor, so it sat up very kindly for Gil. And then a Paraguay player just decided to fall to the ground. I'm really not sure what happened there. Just looking at that dangerous clearance across the face of goal. Either way, it's a free kick to Paraguay inside the penalty area. Still none the wiser why that player was down. Didier Deschamps now up on his feet, arms folded. Gil with the long punt downfield. It's headed away by Saliba, but Paraguay managed to get the second ball here. Foul by Kone, but the referee says no, it wasn't. Play on. And now Koundé will come forward at speed. Finds Dembele over on that far side. Edge of the area now. Tries to feed it in again, but his passing has been poor today. Can't pick out Mbappe. Hammered downfield. Turned back to Mainan, who's well out of his area. And he floats the ball up here for Upamecano. Now Saliba. Kone. Little flick round the corner there, but Elise was dispossessed. But then Enciso is chopped down on the halfway line. He stayed down, but the referee waves play on. Elise, well, he's careless there. He loses the ball. France have been a little bit sloppy today. They're finding it difficult to break Paraguay down. Now Almiron, ever enthusiastic, goes roaring down this near side, gets the ball to the edge of the penalty area here, and there's a foul. No foul on Gomez. He just took the ball down near the corner flag but couldn't keep it in play. That was a bit sloppy. Also, goal kick France, taken unbelievably quickly again, and already it's at the feet of Dembele, who's at the edge of the penalty area. France player's gone down off the ball. Ball floated across the face of goal by Dembele, and again it's Mbappe who's gone down, holding his chest. He was making a run off the ball here. Oh, I'm not seeing that again here. He makes a run. Well, I'll say this. Galaza sort of sticks out an arm. Excuse me, I do apologise. But Mbappe's gone down as if he's been, like, punched in the face. And he's not. It's starting to get a bit salty out there. Let's just put it that way. And referee, well, Mbappe's still trying to talk to him. The upshot is it's a corner for France. They've had so many now, but Dembele's delivery has been pretty poor. And again, it's a corner on this near side. And again, he tries to go to the back post, and again, it's too far. And it's headed out for a goal kick by Mbappe. And you can clearly see that France here are starting to get frustrated. They really are. They're trying a few dark arts now that, you know, we've already seen a flashpoint in this game. There was an arm round Mbappe there at the back post, but he makes the most of it there under the challenge from Caceres, but he's chunnering away here, Mbappe, to one of the Paraguay players. It is getting very nasty out there. They are chipping away at each other, the players, and France are clearly rattled here. They're getting frustrated. And Ciso wins that looping ball on the edge of the area, but he's been penalised for a foul and he's fuming. Free kick, France. 40 minutes gone here in Philadelphia, still 0-0. You're listening to an independent, studio-based off-tube commentary of this game. And don't forget, you can follow this on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. I'm Joe Mills, thank you for your company. This game is hotting up now. It's going to be very interesting, because France, despite their uber possession, they've had easily 90% possession, I would say. They've not really fashioned anything from it, and they are getting frustrated now. And it's starting to boil over. That's a good looping ball round the back there for the overlapping run of Koundé, but his cross is blocked by Alderete of Sunderland, and it will be another corner for France. Dembélé over on the far side. Dummied to take it himself, but it will be off the left foot of Michael Olise, in swinging corner. Dembele's corners have been pretty awful so far. Here's Olise now, whips the ball in, punched away by Gil. Only comes out as far as Koundé, edge of the area. He tries a cross into the area, but it's blocked. Here's Digne now on this near side, left footed. That's a poor ball into the area, and it's pounced upon by Gil on the edge of his 6-yard box. And then a long overarm throw downfield, headed down by Enciso. And now Paraguay have the ball just shy of the halfway line. And now Enciso's gone down in the centre circle. Ball played over the top, but it's going to evade the run there of Diego Gomez all the way through to Mainan, who within the blink of an eye has released the ball again. And already France are up to the halfway line. It is absolutely relentless. But it's 0-0. 42 minutes on the clock. Dembélé, not for the first time, his pass is blocked and it goes out for a French throw, which Dembélé takes quickly. Rabiot, now Olise. This is Upamecano again. Every French outfield player inside the Paraguay half. Out to Dembélé on this far right hand side. He's getting no joy down there at all, doubling up on him. Now Olise, and well, he almost loses the ball there. Comes back to Upamecano, floats it back out to Dembélé on this far side again. They double up on him, gets a return ball. It's a poor one from Koundé, but they've got themselves a throw-in out of it anyway. But they are growing more and more frustrated, France. This team of superstars just can't break Paraguay down at the moment. This is Luca Digne. Mbappe on this near side. Plays the ball into centre field to the feet of Deo Upamecano. Now here's Manu Kone. Tries to wheedle his way through and tries a shot from 25 yards out, but like most of them today, it's gone high over the bar. And that's what France are reduced to at the moment. Long range efforts, and they're not getting them on target. Paraguay, well, they'll be delighted with this so far. Food for thought for Didier Deschamps, who's sat back down. He'll be wondering how his side can break this stubborn Paraguay resistance down. Will he be tempted to make some changes? I doubt it at half time, but the bench that he's got is an incredible one, it has to be said. As they trot it forward now with Upamecano. It might be a case, you know, of reverting to maybe get someone like Mateta on there and get a big lump of a target man. Just try something a bit different for Mbappe to play off. Because at the moment, Paraguay are keeping France at bay. Maybe just need to change the tactics a little bit, because Dembélé has lost the ball over on that far side. He's getting no change at all. Dembélé out there. They're marking him out of the game, blocking all his passes. And well, Paraguay, now then, they've won the ball there, second effort. Now they can come forward, but that's a poor ball looking for Enciso, who was on the shoulder there of Upamecano, and that pass wasn't strong enough to get past for him to run onto. But there are little signs of Paraguay starting to get into the French half. Anyway, here's Mbappe now inside the final 30 seconds of normal time. Tight to the touchline on this left-hand side. Shadows lengthening across half of the pitch now. Here's Rabiot. And again, Paraguay just sitting in their low block in the defensive shape. Ball played to the edge of the area. Rabiot gets the second effort, tries a long-range shot, takes a big deflection and squirts through to Orlando Gil. And now we're into added time, of which we'll have 3 minutes, which was the duration of the hydration break. So kick out of the hands by Gil, but it's straight to the head of Koundé, who heads it down to the halfway line, picked up by Kone. Now Michael Olise out to Bradley Barcola on this near side, has to come infield with it. Now Manu Kone. Here's Koundé over on the right, back infield it comes to Kone. Oh, back heel, but it's gone straight to Julio Enciso. That was a bit careless there. Now Enciso being forced all the way out to that far side by Upamecano, but he still has the ball. The Strasbourg striker, and he's won his side a throw-in near the corner flag. Or has he? He can't believe it. He thought he had. He was whipping up the fans, and now he's got his head in his hands because Mr. Tantashev says that the last touch did come off him, and he's correct, it did. It did come off Enciso. So it will be a throw-in to France near the corner flag, which they've taken quickly. Ball is now over on this near side with Luca Digne, and now France have it on halfway with Michael Olise. 90 seconds remaining in this first half. Still 0-0. Here's Rabiot. Gets the ball infield to Olise, 30 yards out from the Paraguay goal. Little nudge ball to Kone. Now back to Digne on this near side, but he's forced to send the ball back up to the halfway line to the feet of Saliba. And now Kone squares it across to Koundé. Again, every French outfield player in the Paraguay half. Dembele has come off that right hand side and he's taken a more central role. They've got themselves another throw in, France, over on that far side. They do have to switch it around, I think, here and just try something a bit different. Mbappe's moved over a bit to that right hand side. Dembele has moved more central. He's getting no joy at all, Dembele down that side. Now Upamecano. Final 30 seconds here. Rabiot, little chipped ball, but it's poor. Paraguay players just let it sail through. And out for a goal kick. Well, it's a conundrum. Germany struggled. And France are struggling. Despite having 90-odd% possession, they cannot break this stubborn South American resistance down. And like I said, I think they're just going to have to change it up a little bit. Anyway, here's Dembele out on that far side. He's moved back out there now. We're now in overtime of overtime. Koundé tries to whip it into the area, but again Barcola couldn't control it. That's the half-time whistle here in Philadelphia. It's been all France, but they have not really troubled Paraguay at all. This is going to be a fascinating second period. Half-time here in Philadelphia. Arguably the favourites for the tournament are being held. They're being frustrated. And things are getting heated down there. And I'm not talking just about the weather. They trot off. Let's see what happens in the second half. But half-time here at the Philadelphia Stadium in this last 16 game. Paraguay 0, France 0. We'll be back in 15 minutes. You do not want to miss it.
Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end. This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end.
Nox Sports TV! Yeah, yeah. From the streets to the stadium lights. Everybody stand up! Let's go! Nox Sports TV! Yeah, yeah. From the streets to the stadium lights. Everybody stand up! Let's go! Nox Sports TV. Nox Sports TV. The city is alive tonight. Every dream is burning bright. Flags are flying in the sky. Hear the roar, we're reaching high. Every heartbeat feels the same. Every fan becomes a flame. Side by side we sing as one. Now the journey has begun. Hands up high, let the whole world see. This is where we're meant to be. Feel the energy, feel the sound. We won't stop now. Whoa. We are the champions of tonight. Together we will shine so bright. Sing it loud, let the world believe. This is our destiny. Nox Sports TV. Everybody's up with Nox TV. Nox Sports TV. Through the rain and through the fire, we keep climbing higher and higher. Every challenge on the way makes us stronger every day. Hear the drums across the land, millions standing hand in hand. One heartbeat, one voice, one dream, stronger than we've ever been. Hands up high, let the whole world see. This is where we're meant to be. Feel the energy, feel the sound. We won't stop now. Whoa. We are the champions of tonight. Whoa. Together we will shine so bright. Whoa. Sing it loud, let the world believe. This is our destiny. Whoa. Nox Sports TV. From every nation, one celebration. We raise our voices to the sky. No hesitation, pure dedication. Tonight we're reaching for the prize. We are the champions of tonight. Together we will shine so bright. Sing it loud, let the world believe. This is our destiny. Nox Sports TV. Nox Sports TV. Feel the power, feel the pride. Yeah. The world is watching tonight. Nox Sports TV. Nox Sports TV. Yeah.
This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end. This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end. This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end.
Across the pitch, the world begins. One open dream where glory lives. Raise it high, hear the call, every heart answer all. Now we rise to the light, one true game, one great night. Crown of victory, crown of victory. Lift the world up high, lift the world up high. Crown of victory, crown of victory. Sing it out tonight, sing it out tonight. From every nation, every shore, we come to seek what came before. The brave first touch, the golden chance, the thunder of a final day. Raise it high, hear the call, every heart answer all. Now we rise to the light, one true game, one great night. Crown of victory, crown of victory. Lift the world up high, lift the world up high. Crown of victory, crown of victory. Sing it out tonight, sing it out tonight. When the shadows start to fall, we stand together, standing tall. With every name, with every flame, we answer history in our name. Crown of victory, crown of victory. Lift the world up high, lift the world up high. Crown of victory, crown of victory. This is our moment now, this is our moment now.
This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end. This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the game never end. This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never... This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk.
It was a foul on him. Referees come across very quickly to admonish the Paraguay player. He's certainly got his hands full this afternoon as Mr. Tantashev, but he's taking absolutely no nonsense. And France now have it over on that far side in the bright sunshine. Mbappe has peeled out to that left-hand side as he likes to do. Now here's Kone in centre field. This is Jules Koundé. I'm sure with most of the pitch now being in shade, it will come as a big relief for the players. Every little helps, I suppose. Ball out on that far left-hand side again. France just knocking it round. If anything, I think they needed to move the ball a little bit more quickly than they did in that first half in order to try and break down this Paraguay side. Now then, here's Manu Kone. Dembele back to Kone. They are moving it around much more quickly. Ball fed into the area, but Elise couldn't hold it up, and Paraguay chipped the ball downfield towards the halfway line, and then Ciso chases up the back of Upamecano, who sends it back to Minen, who's way out of his area. And already everybody back as we were inside the Paraguay half. Here's Michael Olise, was dancing feet, but he's been dispossessed this time. But again, Paraguay, they've lost it straight away. Galaza still inside their own half. And France have it again with Elise on this near side, level with the edge of the penalty area. Now Manu Kone. Rabiot again tries a long range shot, and again it goes over the bar. Left-footed effort from the AC Milan midfielder. He was pretty confident that that had taken a little deflection off the foot of Andres Cubas. But the man in the middle, the referee, was not convinced. And ultimately, he's the man that matters. Goal kick taken by Orlando Gil. Inside the French half and then hammered back downfield. Now Paraguay pick up that loose ball and they're inside the penalty area here, and that's the first time they've had a kind of an effort on goal from Miguel Almiron, and he's won a corner for his side. I think this is the first corner of the afternoon for Paraguay, and now this is probably their best chance of pinching a goal. It was good work from Almiron. They pinched the ball inside the French half. Very rare that that's happened. He raced downfield. He was pushed out wide. But this is the best chance they've had. The delivery has to be good. This is how they got the goal against Germany. Immediately the referee coming in to speak to Galaza, who's having a bit of nonsense there with Koundé. So Almiron shielding his eyes from the sun in the only bit of pitch that's got. Who's changed his boots. The keeper came to shut him down. He's been fouled. Another Paraguay player's gone down. Well, amongst all that complaining, France took the corner quickly. They just rolled it along the byline. Yeah, that was clear. That was a handball from Mbappe when he controlled it with his arm. That should not have been a corner. And the corner was taken very quickly indeed while Paraguay were not set. And it was played, rolled along the byline, and Dembele, there was no way he could have got the ball in from there. Keeper came out. And it was Valaquez who felt the brunt of that. And then as Dembele flew up in the air, he landed on top of Orlando Gil, who is now down receiving treatment. But that should not have been a corner. That was a handball from Mbappe. It came off his forearm. But that was the first time that he's really got in round the back of this Paraguay defence. It was a quick release, as it always is from Mike Maignan, downfield. And we know how rapid Mbappe is. And maybe that's again what they've been kind of reduced to here, France. You know, no flowing, beautiful move. It was reduced there to route one from the keeper and relying on the speed of Kylian Mbappe. It almost worked, but he definitely controlled that ball with his right forearm, and that should not have been a corner. But fortunately for Paraguay, nothing came of that corner except two of their players got a couple of knocks, one being their keeper. So, 53 minutes gone. Gil is back up on his feet now, places the ball on the 6-yard line. It is still Paraguay 0, France 0. You're listening to an independent, studio-based off-tube commentary of this round of 16 game. And remember, you can follow the match on your local, regional and national TV broadcaster. Luca Dean, over on the far side, plays the ball down that left flank, looking for the run of Bradley Barcola, but it's cleared away back downfield by the ever busy Juan Caceres. Throw in taken quickly by Digne. Now here's Upamecano inside the centre circle, just now inside the Paraguay half. This is Manu Kone to Barcola over on that left hand side. Again, Paraguay in their two banks. They'll try a long-range shot here, and it's tipped over the bar, and that's the first time. I think they've got one on target there, France. And it was Manu Kone, long-range shot, and it's tipped over the bar by Orlando Gil. And the linesman here is stopping France taking a quick corner, much to their consternation. I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, that was heading in, and he's tipped it over the bar beautifully there. Well, this is clever from Paraguay because they are encroaching the 10 yards. And that is why the linesman is not allowing France to take the corner. That is clever. Corner comes into the near post, it's poor, and it's cleared away downfield. And at least they can't keep it in on this near side. That is actually quite naughty, but very clever play there from Paraguay. They've figured out a way to stop France taking a quick corner there. Long ball downfield, Upamecano wins it, but then Paraguay quickly win the ball back on halfway. Trying to hold the ball up here, Almiron. Trying to shield the ball. Then it's played in field, Galaza, then he loses control of it. Now the ball breaks for Saliba. Plays it right through the middle. Now France will look to break down this left-hand side. They have the ball now inside the area. They're going to get another corner. And yet again there's protestations as Barcola's ball into the box was blocked by Caceres. It goes out for another corner, and again they encroach and again stop Dembele from taking it quickly. Almost 56 minutes gone. Dembele with the corner over on that far left hand side. Whips the ball into the air, and again it's poor. Plucked out of the air by Orlando Gil. Dembele, he's had a poor game all round for me today, and his corners have been woeful. On his day, he can be devastating, but he is very hot and cold. Paraguay briefly have the ball now on the halfway line. This is Mateus Galaza, but his ball trying to find Enciso is blocked by Upamecano. Chips it downfield looking for the run of Ousmane Dembele, but he can't get to it. Paraguay win it back. Here's Diego Gomez. Spins, plays the ball upfield. Nice flick round the corner from Almiron, but again Upamecano's there, but he's overrun it now then. Flick ball down this left hand side on the turn. Enciso can't keep it in play. He did well to get across initially, but he just couldn't quite keep it in. And it goes out of play. Throw in for Jules Koundé. Well, first change incoming now for Paraguay. Jose Canale, who was one of the changes from the last game. Looks like it's going to be a straight swap for Omar Alderete, who has replaced him from the last game. The Sunderland man is down. And Jose Canale of Atletico Lunas is going to be the man to come onto the pitch, it would appear. Just looking back at that excellent save there from that long range strike from Manu Kone. Excellent save from Orlando Gil. And Alderete, well, he's back up on his feet, but he's going to be replaced here by Jose Canale. So it's a straight swap in that back five. Canale was in that back five against the German side. So 58 minutes gone here in Philadelphia. Last 16. France toiling here. 0-0 against Paraguay. They've had virtually all the possession, but just cannot break them down. And they lose the ball there inside the Paraguay half. They had it pinched off them there. And it's Almiron again. He goes down. He's spending more time on the floor than a mop, is Miggy Almiron in this game. But France win it back. Here's Barcola on that left-hand side. Puts the burners on. Goes round his man into the edge of the area. And he's run off without the ball. Brilliant defending there from Caceres. Just blocked him off. Well, that was a little bit of flair there from Bradley Barcola. Brilliant turn of pace. And drifted in on the left-hand side of that penalty area. And now Enciso tussling away there with Saliba, who wins the throw-in and takes it quickly. Now then, Manu Kone, who's come the closest, is allowed to trot all the way deep into the Paraguay half as they retreat back into their two banks yet again. This is Dembele on this near side, back in field to Jules Koundé, and now Upamecano, and once more every France outfield player deep inside the Paraguay half. Are they going to... oh dear, that was Barcola there, worked it onto his right foot, tried a shot from 30 yards, and it was more like a rugby conversion. It was that high over the bar, just got under the ball there, and now Enciso is down and he says that he can't carry on. He's run himself into the ground. He's had so little to work with this afternoon. So Paraguay are going to make another change here, and it's going to be Gustavo Caballero of Portsmouth in England, of course. So Enciso, the Strasbourg striker, formerly of Brighton, of course, makes his way off, and Gustavo Caballero is the man to come on from Portsmouth. Maybe he'll have a little bit more luck than Enciso had. He knows he's got a tough afternoon ahead of him. Now Didier Deschamps is going to make his first change. It is going to be Barcola, who is on a yellow card. And look at who's coming on now. What a bench this is. He's bringing on now his PSG teammate Desiree Doué. Supremely talented, unbelievably quick. Maybe he can unlock the Paraguay half. And again, it's just chipped downfield in hope rather than expectation to find Caballero. He doesn't get to it. And France have it once again here with Manu Kone on the halfway line. Now Saliba. Now out to this far left-hand side, Desiree Doué comes across on his right foot, and then he's foul, but the referee says play on. Now here's Koundé. Now Elise on this near side, double up on him again, forcing him to turn and head back the other way. Manages to find a ball to the edge of the area, but they just can't get it through the gaps. And it's chipped downfield by Paraguay. Well, that was poor, straight to Upamecano. It's going to come straight back at them here. Another long-range shot, and again it's miles wide and over the bar from Mbappe. And that's what they're reduced to at the moment, as the frustration continues to build. And like I said, it's whether they are going to change this up or keep going with what they're doing here, because at the moment they're struggling to break down this stubborn Paraguay outfit. This is Koundé on halfway, 64 minutes on the clock. Doué over on that far side. He comes back in field. This is Rabiot. Now Kone. A lot of the France players just drifting around. They're not sticking in positions, just trying to mix things up here. This is Desiree Doué on this far left-hand side, but again he's being doubled up on. Just to send the ball back up to Rabiot. Now Saliba. This is Kone. Every French player again inside the Paraguay half. Dembele again. Pass is blocked. And then he floats it into centre field, but that's brilliantly intercepted by Gomez, but it's going to come straight back at them again. This is Doué now, trying to ghost into the area, and he does a little drop of the shoulder, and he's gone down in the area, but the referee not interested. And now Almiron will break downfield. Has he got the legs here? He's trying to chase it. He's knocked it past Saliba, but Saliba's recovered and gets to it first. And Almiron, yeah, he's overexerted himself there, and he's gone down. But the referee, is he going to stop it here? I'm not sure. Almiron there, he did brilliantly, but I think he just overexerted him well. And also Doué went down in the area. Oh, that's a penalty. That is a penalty all day long. Diego Gomez stuck out a leg there. The irony is Doué's going in away from the goal. That is a clear penalty. Now I wonder if VAR will look at this, because that for me is a pen. There's no two ways about it. Caceres Yeah, it is. It's going up to VAR. The Paraguay players are trying to convince the referee that it was a dive, but I can assure you, Desiree Doué, yeah, it's going over to the screen, and this is not going to work out well for Paraguay. Have France finally broken their resistance? So, they've got to get the decision, and then of course they've got to convert the penalty. But the ref coming over to the screen, that is a clear penalty for me. Sticks out his left leg there, Diego Gomez. And that is a clear foul on Desiree Doué inside the penalty area. It's as clear as day. This is a penalty. There's no two ways about it for me. Referee still looking at it. And now he turns away. And he will come onto the pitch now. And he will make his decision. He will talk it over his microphone, blows his whistle, makes the sign of the screen, and now he's informing the crowd here of his decision. And it is a penalty. Yeah, there you go. Diego Gomez, head in hands, but he knew. And Desiree Doué, not been on the field long. Bit of trickery coming in from that left-hand side, cut into the penalty area. And Gomez, they've worked so hard, Paraguay. Just a lazy leg there. Well, Gustavo Alfaro was gesturing it was a dive, but I can assure you it wasn't. So, chance now for France. Well, as you can see, as you can't see, the lots of Paraguay players surrounding the penalty spot. This is totally unnecessary. The referee telling them to go away in no uncertain terms. They're not doing. They're still there. They're going to get in trouble here if they don't get out of there quickly. And they're still there. Galarza still arguing the toss. And now Valaquez getting involved. Well, Valaquez there, I've just seen he was trying to scuff up. He actually scuffed up the penalty spot with his boot while the referee had his back to him. That is bang out of order. And now Orlando Hill is standing on the penalty spot, right up in the face of Kylian Mbappe. But that was awful, that from Valaquez. I don't think the referee saw it. Somebody must have seen it, but he stamped on the penalty spot there, trying to rough it up. That's disgraceful. I'm sorry, but it is. Now Mbappe stands over this. And now the Paraguay players have encroached into the area yet again. Almiron. Mbappe's just trying to block it all out. It's just delay after delay. This is naughty from Paraguay, but it's deliberate. Now Mbappe, little stutter, steps up, buries it in the bottom right-hand corner, and Kylian Mbappe has given France the lead. It has taken 70 minutes to break down the South American side. They knew it was going to be tough today, and Mbappe there blocking everything out. Paraguay were trying everything they could, scuffing up the spot, surrounding the referee, and Mbappe adds to his collection of goals already in this World Cup. And France have the lead here in Philadelphia from the penalty spot, sent the keeper the wrong way and calmly slotted it into the bottom right-hand corner to give France the lead. And finally, they break them down. And Mbappe adds to his tally in this competition. And he raises his arms. And, this will be interesting now. How will Paraguay respond? Diego Gomez, the man responsible, he's been withdrawn. And Mauricio Prado is going to come on for him. And we're also going to see Gabriel Avelos of Independiente. And That was the 7th goal, by the way, for Mbappe. And Miguel Almiron comes off for Avalos. I think he's just run himself into the ground there, Almiron. French fans bouncing up and down now. And Kylian Mbappe, 7 goals already in this World Cup for the French captain. And he moves to the top of the list. How will Paraguay respond now? They have to come out of their shell a little bit here. And that will play into France's hands. Here is Velázquez. Long clearance downfield. Looking for the run here of Portsmouth's Caballero. Headed back though by Upamecano into the hands of Maignan, who releases the ball quickly to the feet of Jules Koundé. This is Upamecano once more. Pitch now, apart from a sort of shaft of sun, in complete shade. Another foul comes in here, this time on Rabiot by Andres Cubas. And it will be a free kick to the French. Rabiot stayed down here. Are we going to get the water break? Well, now a Paraguay player's gone down. We are going to get the water break now. A Paraguay player's gone down in back play, claiming that something went on between him and Mbappe, and now it's all kicking off again as they go over to the technical area for drinks. And Paraguay here, there's some real housery going on here. They're pushing and shoving, really trying to get under the skin of these French players, and they're having to be held back here. I'm not impressed with some of the behaviour of the Paraguay players, I have to say. And France, well, they'll definitely be looking to get another goal to just put this game to bed, but they have to keep their heads because Paraguay are really trying to rile them here. That's what they're trying to do, trying to just knock them off their stride. And once or twice the French players have reacted, but you've just got to be professional. So here we go, final 15 minutes. It was a late hydration break. The referee, I think, has done a really good job. It's been a difficult game to referee. It has got very nasty at times, and there's been a lot of diving and fakery and a lot of dark arts going on. Anyway, ball chipped all the way back to the feet of Mike Maignan, who's come out of his penalty area. Now this is Deo Upamecano. France looking to join Morocco in the quarter-finals. And of course they've already qualified, Morocco, with that 3-0 win against Canada earlier today. Now then, here is Dembélé on this near side, fires it back to Jules Koundé. Ball floated out by Upamecano now to that far side, but he can't find Doué. It's headed away by Gustavo Velázquez. And again, Paraguay just can't make the ball stick in the French half. And now Doué comes down this left-hand side. Ball into Mbappe, who's tried to... Well, he's gone down again there. A lot of... Mbappe's now diving around. He won the ball, then he fouled Caceres. Gave away the free kick, and then he's saying Caceres has lashed back. So it was a huge shove in the back. That was a definite foul from Mbappe. Yeah, he stuck out a leg there, Caceres, on, and he's kicked Mbappe on the shin. This is going to be a red card. Yeah, he's clearly lashed out there. There's not much in it in terms of force. Mbappe does make the most of it. Well, I'm amazed at that. I am amazed at that. When you saw how David Beckham was sent off when Simeone went down, that was just the same as that. He stuck out his leg and he put his studs down his shin. and he's not even been booked for it. I made a little error before. Mbappe's now, on, as I said, on 7 goals, so is Lionel Messi at the age of 39. So the GOATs have come out to play, haven't they, in this competition? Mbappe and Messi at the top of the Golden Boot chart at the moment. Just looking back here, while the referee was distracted again there is Velasquez roughing up the penalty spot with his studs. That's despicable. It really is. And, you know, admiration for Paraguay for sticking in this game and frustrating France, but some of their behaviour in this game has left a lot to be desired, I have to say. And that in particular. Really poor. But at 1-0, they're still in this. 78.5 minutes on the clock. Here's Galasa. Ball comes into centre field. To Caceres. Now they have it on halfway. And a little bit of possession here for Paraguay. Not seen this much often. France this time choosing to sit back and allow them to have the... This is probably the longest period of possession they've had. Ball chipped down towards the edge of the box. It's flipped over the top and headed out for a throw-in to... Oh, surely that's a throw-in to Paraguay. Surely that's a throw-in to Paraguay. He's giving it to France. Well, is he changing his mind? Yes, I think he has. Common sense has been seen. And it will be a throw. Junior Alonso of the long, booming throw will take this. These are the opportunities that Paraguay have to try and create something from. So here we go again. Last time they had one of these, went straight into the arms of Maignan. Well, another France player has gone down in the area, rolling around now, clutching his face. It is going to be a free. It's Upamecano has gone down. And I think France are now saying, you know, if you're going to do this, then we'll do it back. But it is becoming ridiculous now. Yeah, there was an elbow in his chest there, a little nudge from Gabriel Avalos. It was like a rapid elbow into the chest. Deliberate, but again, Upamecano made the most of it. But again, Paraguay really not helping themselves here with this these tactics. You know, they're not helping themselves at all. Free kick. Maignan takes it, edge of his own penalty area. Launches it long downfield, but Dembele can't gather it in on this near side, and it will go out for a Paraguay throw-in, halfway inside their own half on this near side. Into the final 10 minutes of normal time. Paraguay 0, France 1. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this last 16 game. And remember, you can follow this match on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. I'm Joe Mills. Thank you for listening so far. Oh, that's a bad foul there. That is a pretty hefty one. It's a yellow card. I think it's Manu Kone. Really heavy tackle there. And this game is boiling over now. Yeah, that's a bad one. And it's on Juan Caceres, who's not exactly a choir boy himself. So Kone goes into the referee's notebook. And it will be a free kick to Paraguay near the halfway line. Just inside the France half. And again, these are the sort of situations they have to do better with. It'll be Mauricio Prado with a long free kick down towards the edge of the area. Headed into the box, but it's too hard. And sails into the arms of Mike Maignan, who gathers it in. And rolls the ball out from the edge of his area to Luca Digne. Now Desiré Doué. Ball comes infield to Adrien Rabiot. Now at the feet of Doué once again. Squares it across to Manu Kone. 82 minutes gone here in Philadelphia. Little flick round the corner from Mbappe, but it only went straight to Canale. His long ball downfield for Prado, and they've won a free kick here, Paraguay. Or have they? No, the referee says that was another dive, so we carry on. They're going to see that a lot from Paraguay. They're going to try and win free kicks because they know it's probably the only opportunity they will have to try and get a goal back. France will be aware of that. And what they will do now is they will look to try and keep hold of the ball here and just run the clock down. That's exactly what they're doing. Paraguay are reluctant to press. So France would just say, well, if you're not going to press, we'll just knock it across our back four at our leisure. Now then, flick round the corner from Elise. This is Mbappe. Oh, beautiful little flick there. That's a floated ball out to this near side. This is Cherki, edge of the area. Now Michael Elise, back to Cherki. Now Elise again, just little short passes between the two. Paraguay throw, just short of the halfway line, over on that far side. They've got to get a move on here. 85, almost 86 minutes gone here in Philadelphia. Probably about another 3 minutes of added time, so they've got around about 7 or 8 minutes here, Paraguay, to come up with something. They've not troubled Mike Maignan once in this game. Long throw, booming throw, edge of the area, flick on header. Now then, squared across the edge of the box, shot comes in, first shot they've had, but it's been dragged wide of the right hand post. It broke to the edge of the penalty area on that left hand side, and it was Junior Alonso, left footed volley, but it's dragged horribly wide there. But clock ticking down on Paraguay's World Cup. They'll have been, they'll have been thrilled to get this far, claiming the scalp of Germany. But they are a team of limited ability, and Kone's gone down now. But they play, they cut their cloth accordingly, and it's that man again, Galasa, who's left another. Just backed into Kone there when he was in mid-air. So 87 minutes gone. France round about 5 or 6 minutes away from booking their place in the quarter-final stage. But boy, have they been made to work hard for this. Not been at their fluent best, but they've not been allowed to be. And it's taken a penalty from Kylian Mbappe. That's made the difference. Just can't see Paraguay really getting anything back here now. They just haven't threatened the French goal at all. There's just not really been a sense of urgency to get back into this game. They have a throw though, which is taken quickly. They have it on halfway. Here's Canale, but again he's dithering on the ball. Galasa, they're like they're walking around with it here, Paraguay. You've literally got 5 minutes played back into their own half now. This is Valaquez out to that far side. They lose the ball. Well, that was a complete waste. Now France get the ball downfield now. Mbappe will run at them here on the turn. Gets the shot in, and it's punched away there by Gil out to this near side. It was straight at him, but it's gathered in by Elise, and again France just slow it down and will look to just see this game out now. Manu Kone, Mbappe, back to Kone. Again they swap passes. And now the little flicks and tricks coming in as they keep hold of the ball, but Paraguay just not getting after them. They're not interested in trying to win the ball back. It's almost as if they've accepted their fate here, which is it's odd, but they just look like a beaten team here now. They're not interested in. Nobody's pressing. They're sitting back. France have just got the ball on the back four, and they actually can't believe. Passes completed. Here's one for you. 474 by France, 94 by Paraguay. That tells its own story. Ball now back at the feet of Mike Maignan inside the final minute of normal time. And that clearance downfield is intercepted on halfway by Paraguay, but the long ball back downfield, easily defended. But now they win the second header. Chance here. Shot comes in. It's the first one that he's had to say, but he couldn't get any power on it there, Mauricio Prado. And it's taken 89.5 minutes for Paraguay to get a shot on target. It was kind of volleyed into the ground, and it was a comfortable save in the end for Maignan. The clearance downfield goes out for a Paraguay throw on this near side. Gustavo Olafo is barking the orders. Well, that's going to be a foul, is it? No, the referee says play on. Prado gets the ball into the area. Not the most convincing clearance, but it's cleared nonetheless. Prado wins the second ball. But then Junior Alonso, he gets the ball back there from that deflection off Cherki. Now Paraguay down this near side. Prado whips a ball into the area. It's headed out. Now France will look to bring it away. Big chance now on the counter. Mbappe roaring down that left side. He gets the ball from Elise. Can they put this to bed now? Tries the shot. It's blocked and cleared away by Elise. Wow, I've just seen that we have got 10 minutes of added time. I have literally no idea where that's all come from. We had a 3 or 4 minute water break. There have been a few little... I think we had the VAR and the penalty where that seemed to take an eternity. And we've had a few fouls and again Galarza with another foul. I'm amazed he's still on the pitch, quite frankly. That's another nasty one in the back of Michael Elise. Sliding, cleaned him out from behind. I said it. Referee, how we've still got 22 players out there is incredible. It is a free kick to France, halfway inside the Paraguay half. 1-0, they lead. 90 seconds of the added 10 already gone. France take it short and to the side. Koundé, this is Rayan Cherki on this near side. Trying to get away from Galarza. He doesn't get away though from Canale. And then there's a long clearance downfield for Caballero to chase. Upamecano. Ooh, he almost made a mistake there. But he still has the ball, shielding it from Portsmouth. He's pulling the shirt off Caballero there. And it's getting very physical. And then Koundé clears it downfield. Paraguay manager's getting very agitated down there. They'd love to get a goal here just to completely put this game to bed. Even though there's zero threat really from Paraguay at 1-0, you're still never comfortable. And again, the Paraguay players encroaching, and again, Elise complaining to the linesman, and again, the linesman telling them to back off. I don't like this from flick on header, but it's cleared away by Saliba. But for this game, France on the counter, which of course is going to happen now. But they've lost the ball on halfway. Foul comes in by Elise, and again it's Galarza, and again, now he's gone down. Galarza holding his face. That ridiculous behaviour. Yellow card comes out for Elise, but again. And now Mbappe's come across to the referee saying, I can't believe you booked Elise for that. This fella's been doing it all game. And it's the Oscar there for Matthias Galarza. I have to say he's properly getting on my nerves now with his behaviour. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Elise just grabbed his shirt and he went down holding his face, and the referee's fallen for it. Free kick goes into the France area, but it's cleared away, hooked downfield. But they're still at it. Elise gets booked, which is utterly ridiculous. And again, it's all centred round Atlanta United's Matthias Galarza, who's been nothing short of a disgrace in this game, I have to say. With the way he's conducted himself. They've got themselves a corner though. 7.5 minutes of the added 10 gone, and another rare chance from a corner. French hearts will be beating fast now, and now another, and it's Galarza again. He's gone down in the penalty area holding his face, and the French players are just stood around him laughing. It's just ridiculous behaviour from this guy. He is properly getting on my nerves now. It's just ridiculous the way he's carrying on. Corner comes in, plucked out of the air by Maignan. And I, like me, if you are a neutral watching this, you kind of think, well, you know what? you don't deserve anything out of this, Paraguay. The way some of these players have behaved in this game is a disgrace, and him in particular has been a disgrace. Anyway, France have it down this left-hand side, trying to get in round the back. That's another foul, this time by Caceres, who has a wry smile. Mbappe has an even bigger smile, and now that man Galarza getting involved again, but Mbappe there, little step over. Remaining of the added 10. We're now in overtime of overtime, and Paraguay need to get the free kick again. Now Mbappe's complaining that Orlando Hill has put the ball down about 10 yards further up the pitch than he should have done. That's the full-time whistle. Excuse me. Finally, the game is done. Paraguay put up a real fight. They were stubborn. They were so stubborn. And I'm not surprised that it's sort of all come to a bit of a melee in the middle of the pitch. They've been a disgrace, really, for a lot of this game. The behaviour has left a great deal to be desired. Even the backroom staff now having a go at the referee. They have really let themselves down today. They have made it so difficult for France in this game, but it was ultimately a VAR decision to give the penalty. It was a clear foul on Désiré Doué, whose penalty has Kylian Mbappe, whose penalty has decided this game. The French players have had enough now. They've gone over to their fans and are celebrating. Paraguay, their race is run. They came here today to spoil, to frustrate, to niggle, and they've done all of that in spades. Really didn't pose any kind of threat, but it took France 70 minutes to break them down. But I have to say, in all honesty, some of their players have really let themselves down today with their behaviour. Galarza in particular. You know, some of the theatrics, some of the nudging and dirty fouls off the ball. Velasquez roughing up the penalty spot. It's all been a little bit unsavoury. But France have shown that they are the champion side that they are. They withstood it all. They withstood it all. And Kylian Mbappe, with his 7th goal of this competition from the penalty spot, has booked France's place in the last 8. So the final score here from Philadelphia. Les Bleus go marching on to the quarterfinals. Final score, Paraguay 0, France 1. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I need to lie down now. Good night.
This is Nox Sports, your home for football energy, match talk, updates, reactions, and big game moments. From kickoff passion to final whistle drama, Nox Sports brings you the excitement, the analysis, and the sports vibe every fan deserves. Subscribe now to Nox Sports on YouTube. Nox Sports, where the game lives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports, the gives and the fans never sleep. Nox Sports.